Alright, hello everyone and welcome to this video I made here. This is a video that I decided to just make because I have nothing better to do. So this is a video about who do I think is going to qualify for the Eurovision 2020. It's just around the corner, just 2 months away, and we have all the artists revealed, and we are gonna have a semifinal 12th of May. There's talk of maybe something happening, but I don't think much is gonna happen. So let's just go over the participants and see who I think is gonna qualify, who I think is not gonna qualify, maybe qualify. You can see I have everyone here put into different categories. So let's start with the first one, which is North Macedonia. Now, I've put this in maybe qualify. What I mean with maybe qualify, maybe will qualify, maybe not. I have just put it there because I don't know if it's gonna qualify or not. So with this, I'm kind of leaning more towards the not qualified one because, well, it's kind of lost in all the good tracks. It's a very strong for the first semifinal. It's very strong entries. So I think it's gonna be a bit forgotten in the wave of other songs that is this year. Yeah, so I don't think it's gonna qualify. But I put it in maybe. Maybe it'll surprise us. And the next one is Australia. No question there. It's gonna qualify. The juries will help it, the televote will help it. I think it's gonna be too okay, maybe. I don't think it's gonna be on the left hand side. I think it's gonna be more on the right hand side of the scoreboard. But you never know. It might surprise us. But I think this is a decent song. Her vocals need some work, and she also needs to get a better staging because that staging I thought was just awful, to be honest. Alright, next up is Malta. Now, a lot of people might be saying, why did you put Malta in maybe qualify? You idiot, you should put it in will qualify. Here's the thing, Malta hasn't done well with the televote. It's basically a gamble if the televote will let Malta come through to the final or not. The juries have no problem, they're gonna put her in the top 10 without any questions asked. But, I don't, I don't, I don't know. I'm kind of split between qualified and not qualifying. I think the jury's gonna help them, but in my mind, it all depends on the televote and what they give them. All right, next up is Romania. The Billie Eilish type song "Alcohol You." Yes, that's her. I think it's gonna qualify. I don't think it's gonna do as well as Bulgaria's entry, but I think it's gonna do okay. I don't know if it will do as well as in top 10 or stuff, but I think it's gonna go to the final. Yeah. Next up is Belgium. Ooh. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed in Belgium. I honestly expected more from them. So that's why I put them in maybe qualify. I think the juries might like it, but I don't know about the televote because the televote seems to have a mind of their own. Um, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'm kind of split between qualify and not qualify. But this next one, Lithuania, I am absolutely sure they're gonna qualify. They're gonna be number one or at least close to number one in the televote because this is just hilarious to watch, and I think it's a good song too. So I think they're gonna qualify. They're near the top of the betting list, so yeah, I think it's gonna do good. And of course, Sweden qualify, no questioning. They had if there's one country you can guarantee that's gonna qualify, it's Sweden because they just qualify every time. But yeah, I think they're gonna do. Yeah, I think they might be able to hit the top 10 again. Yeah, they'll always hit the top 10 since 2014. So I think they're gonna do good this year too. And our first, which I'm sure is not gonna qualify, is Slovenia. Now, I don't lo- I don't necessarily hate this song, but I don't necessarily like it either. I think her vocal is very good, and I do like the some parts of the instrumental. But to me, it's just a bit too bland, and it's a bit too much competition this year. So I don't think it's gonna go through, which is a bit of a shame since Slovenia has kind of been up and down and up and down these last 10 years in qualification. They managed to have a bit of a pattern from 2014 to now where they had 2 years where they qualify and then 2 years where they don't and then 2 years to qualify. I think there's going to be 2 years where Slovenia doesn't qualify and then they qualify again. I don't know, it's just speculation. I don't know. And another country I don't think is going to qualify is Ireland. Now, this song, not necessarily modern, it just sounds a bit dated. It sounds more like 2009 Katy Perry or something. So I don't think it's gonna qualify, which is a bit of a shame because I kind of like the song. I was a bit into Katy Perry when she debuted back in the late 2000s, early to 2010s. I was kind of into Katy Perry. She was quite fun to watch, listen to. I feel like people just have grown out of this kind of music, which is yeah. I don't think it's gonna qualify, but a good try. This Cyprus. Ooh, I'm split on this one. I wanted to qualify, but I also don't want it to qualify because, eh. When I made this list, I kind of had to take into consideration the political votes, and to me, there's not a lot of political voting for Cyprus this year. It's kind of stuck. But I don't know. I'm 50-50 on if it's gonna qualify, if it's not gonna qualify. Yeah, I'm just gonna lay it there. Next up is Russia. Now, this was only released as the time of recording. This was only released yesterday, but it has gone up really high on the medal list. It is already at number 5 in like a day. That's how much people want us to win. Which, I don't think it's gonna win. Okay? I think it's gonna do good. I think it's gonna qualify, but I don't think it's gonna win. It's gonna do good, but not qualify. I don't think it's a winner song. But people have their own opinions. I think it's gonna qualify without any problem. They're gonna have support from Azerbaijan. They're gonna have support from Belarus, Cyprus, maybe some other countries also. I don't think Ukraine's juries is gonna vote for them. I think Republic is gonna vote for them. But yeah, I think they're gonna do good. Next up is Norway, one of the big favorites to win it. I must also admit, I like this song. I think this might have the winner potential. I hear some winner vibes throughout the song, but I don't know if it's gonna win. We just have to wait and see if people really like this or if they don't. I really hope they do like it though. Yeah. And another country which I think is last country which I don't think is going to qualify is Croatia. Why? Well, to me this song has two things I don't like about it. One, it sounds really familiar. I feel like I've heard that kind of style of music for like countless times, and the melody, instrumental, I feel like it's just like very stereotyping Balkan ballad kind of thing. And I think this track also tries to get some of that Serbia last year vibes from Nevena Bosovic. But I don't know, maybe I'll do good. And number two, this just sounds dated to me. It doesn't sound like anything that would come to the final, not in my final at least. Yeah. And then we have Azerbaijan. Now they have really stepped up the game. The last 2 years now, they have realized that they have to send something good, actually, to get into the top 10. They can't just send whatever they fucking want, like they have done for like 5 years in a row. So I think this is gonna be good. I think this is gonna be on the left hand side of the scoreboard. Don't think it's gonna be high in the top 10. I think this is gonna be between 13th and 8th place, somewhere in that space. But I really like the melody. It's kind of Arabic, Middle Eastern vibes, and I kind of like the Cleopatra la 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 la. I kind of like that part, and I think it's gonna do well. It's gonna get through with the help of Ukraine, Russia, and Belarus when you look at them. And next up is Israel. I have put uh, Edna Lena in maybe qualify. Why? I don't know about this song making it to the final. I think this song, even though it has the potential to get to the final, I don't think it's going to the final. I'm kind of putting them in maybe qualify because I'm not really sure if they are going to qualify. So I'm kind of split between qualify and not qualify. So I'm just putting them in maybe qualify. So then we have Ukraine. I put them in will qualify because Ukraine always delivers something good, at least when they are trying to win it. And by that I mean like when they're not hosting the contest. Every time they've not hosted the contest, with the exception like 2003 and 2012, they have put a lot of effort into making the song really stand out and be good, and I've always shown results, often in the top 10. So with this, yeah, I think this is gonna easily qualify. I think this is going to do well in the final, and it's ethnic, it's modern, and I like it. And then we have the last song, which is Belarus. Again, in maybe qualify. Why? One of the main reasons is the singer. She needs to work on her vocals. It's a bit flat to my taste, and yeah, she needs to work on the vocals. And some of the staging is just like, eh. So they need to work on the staging and also work on the vocals because they're not optimal for Eurovision standards. Yeah, so that's why I put them in maybe qualify. So out of the maybe qualify match, which two do I think is gonna qualify? I'm, I don't know. I actually don't know who is gonna qualify out of this six batch. One of the most likely, I think, is Malta. Malta is probably one of the most likely to qualify because, well, they have Destiny is a very good singer, and I think these four are more likely to qualify than these two. So, and these three just this can just go away. Now I'll put these three here. If you don't know which three people these are, don't care. These are the hosts. They are the Netherlands, Germany, and Italy. Big Five plus Netherlands are gonna vote in that semifinal, and with that, I think we just have to plan a bit because Netherlands obviously is gonna vote for Belgium. Germany is probably gonna vote for Russia and Sweden and Norway. And Italy is probably going to vote for Romania and Ukraine. So I think this is pretty realistic. when it comes to the voting, because we both have Norway and Ireland, and they're gonna vote for Lithuania. Ukraine, Russia, Azerbaijan, and Belarus are in the semifinal. They're gonna vote for each other. Maybe some voting less for others. Sweden, they have a lot of support from other juries. Azerbaijan, also a lot of support. Romania, they have Italy and some other countries. Australia, always good with the juries. Malta, always good with the juries, not always so good with the televotes. Cyprus, they have a bit of a lack of supporting countries this year, but I don't know. And that's kind of the same with North Macedonia. They only have Slovenia and Croatia, which are not the biggest fans of them. If you want to see someone who's a real big fan, you have to go towards Serbia, Montenegro, and Bosnia and Herzegovina. But of course, Bosnia and Montenegro aren't in this year. And yeah, so I think I'm pretty happy with this list. There's a lot of strong entries which are going to qualify. There are some strong things, some strong entries that are going to qualify here too. I don't know. These four, I've placed my bets on qualifying. These two, I don't know. These three, I just think no. They're this year's this year has a strong amount of good artists, and it's not very split towards me. You have this match, then you have this, and then you have this. So you can see there's a lot of people I think is going to qualify, but that is my opinion. If you want to share yours, go ahead and do it in the comments. If you like my list, leave a like. If you don't like it, well, then leave a dislike and then click the dislike button again. Yeah, that's how you do it. And yeah, I hope to upload a second video about the second semifinal. That's going to happen on the 14th of May. So with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.